the show as much. So, girlfriend, just give it a rest. I hope you didn't really go crazy towards Aydin, at oh God, Danielle. Anything else you guys want to talk about related to Jersey? Is there anything? I'm going to give everyone a minute in the back to speak up. Anyone in the back want to talk about Jersey? Just talked about it. All right, enough of New Jersey. Let's move on. We have a new episode of RHOBH. What do you guys think of this season? Lots of you are really bored. That's what's in my DMs. Lots of you are bored. Look, you all wanted that bitch, according to you guys, Rinna gone, and now she's gone, and here we are. We have to move on. I don't think Rinna's coming back anytime soon, everybody. This is the season we're left with, right? I like it. I love seeing really rich people on TV, but I understand why some of you are bored. Technically, if you want to break it down, I mean, Potomac is more interesting. Miami, I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on Miami this season, everybody. I don't know how I feel. I also don't know who's fucking calling me right now, but I'm kind of mixed on Miami at the moment, guys. I'm going to make a prediction here. I think Miami is having a cash shakeup after this season too. We're 3 seasons in. It's good, but like, I don't know. They're getting great ratings, so maybe I'm wrong. Beverly Hills. Well, Dorit is just mortified. She is mortified. Okay. She is mortified that a friend of hers would act a certain way at Magic Mike. This is an international show, Miss Kemsley has reminded us, and people come from all over the world to see Magic Mike. And she is just mortified that a friend of hers wore pants and acted this way. I'm sorry, Dorit. I'm sorry you're embarrassed by your friend. I'm really sorry. Dorit also said something like when she was at that lunch scene with Kyle, she's like, I think because of everything you've gone through with Kathy, that's what led you to this. Erika or Sutton called it a midlife crisis. Didn't I say 2 weeks ago that I think all of this and feeling control and finding herself for the first time in the world had to do with Kathy, that I think Kathy offset this whole thing, and Kyle kind of saying goodbye to Kathy is what has led her to say goodbye to Mauricio? Didn't I say this? Is Dorit listening to? They all listen, but is Dorit listening, and has Dorit stolen this and now done this in this re-edited scene? By the way, Andy Cohen does not seem to be happy with me. Andy Cohen is not happy with me at all. Mr. Cohen has recently said, despite what some of you are saying, and I know you mean me, Andy, I know you mean me, he is like, nothing was re-edited. Let's not forget, we were still filming Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when everything broke about Mauricio and Kyle separating. He's like, this is not, he's right. He's absolutely right. They were still filming. He says if we weren't still filming, we would have picked cameras back up because we followed Kyle's journey for 12, 13 years. We've been through it with her. He loves Kyle. Oh my God, he loves Kyle. And we would have wanted to see how this plays out. So I agree with that. They were still filming. Absolutely. That is true. And it is also true that they would have picked cameras back up. I still don't buy what Andy's saying, that all this footage was just there. I still think there are scenes which are being filmed after the fact. They're driving down in the car and Dorit asks Kyle, what's wrong with your marriage? There's just scenes that are too produced, buttoned up, fake questions where you were told what to ask. I don't buy that all these scenes were shot the first time around, not knowing that Kyle and Mauricio were going to separate. You were still filming, but you weren't. This wasn't at the beginning of filming. It kind of came towards the end. So Andy Cohen is not happy with me. He's not happy with us. He's like very upset that we're saying this, because I know when he made this statement, he was talking directly to me. But I don't believe you, Andy, and I call bullshit. I don't believe all these scenes are natural, and I think some of them were reshot. Okay? That's what I think. I find Erika the most interesting person to watch this season. I'm sorry. Everyone's going to hate me. I mean, the thing about losing it all, the best thing about losing it all is getting it all back. Good tagline, Erika Jane. I find her really interesting. I find her vulnerable. She's learning about empathy. Okay, we can go through that. Shout out to our good friend, Dr. Jen. She's good friends with our good friend, Allison Dubois, one step away from Dr. Jen. I just find her vulnerable. I find her interesting. She's opening up to Crystal. She's opening up to Garcelle. I love this one-on-one with her and Garcelle. Now, we know for Lent, she's given up fighting. And I get it when the whole world comes for you and your whole existence bottoms out and you like lose everything and the whole world is calling you a crook and a thief and all that. A lot of you are not over that, but it's 2 years later, the human being that goes through that gets over it because they're still standing. So I'm telling you, the worst thing, like the best thing about the worst thing happening to you is it's only up from there. And then like the worst of days are still so much better than when you were in the heart of it, right? So I do think it's all natural. I think Erika's loving life. I do. I think that she is just like, there's nothing more you guys can say about me. There's nothing more you can do. I've been through the worst of it with Tom and I'm still here. So that is so empowering. And what more could you all say about me? Because everything you're saying now is a lot better than all the shit you said 2 years ago. It was every hour on the hours. So I think I just find her so interesting to watch this season. I do. I'm sorry, hate me. And I think she's vulnerable. And I think her story is the most interesting. Ariana Maddox also listens to this podcast and has basically just recently said that, yes, David Yontef, you were right, that basically you're all going to hate me this season and you're all going to end up liking Tom. Didn't we say that? Didn't we say that when someone gets built up, they're going to come crashing down. And when someone is so down, you all love a redemption story. I'm telling you, I agree with Ariana, especially with the editing, executive producer, Lisa Vanderpump. We're not losing Tom Sandoval. We're not losing Tom Sandoval. So we have to make him more likable this season because we have to go forward with him. You love to hate someone like Ramona. Ramona works because you loved to hate her. When you hate the person, a la Diana Jenkins, it doesn't work. So we need the audience to hate Tom Sandoval, not hate him. Now, last season, it was okay to hate him, but now we need to redeem him because he's a vital part of the show and he's not going anywhere. So Ariana listens. And she just said, you're all probably going to hate me this season. And yes, she'll probably build up Tom. You're welcome, Ariana. You're welcome, Lisa